Filming the intro after the video today because breaking news, the Detroit Lions have traded David Montgomery to the Houston Texans for a 4th round pick, a 7th round pick, and offensive lineman Juice Scruggs. I think it's both sides. This is a great trade. Lions got some value, some really good value for a running back 2 option, and the Texans got a new starting running back. The Woody Marks experiment, sucks. I think Monty is a huge upgrade over Woody Marks and anyone else the Texans have at running back, and Monty gets to be a running back 1 again. So like I said, great trade for both sides. Now let's get to the video. In today's video, I'll be giving you my 3rd edition of moments and just memorable, nostalgic things from my childhood. The first time I did this was May of 2024, then the second time was actually March of last year. And we're going to kick off March of 2026 with a video like this. 3 straight years of doing a video like this. I'm only doing 5 this time though instead of 10. I can only think of 5. So enjoy the video, and as always, go Hawks. Kicking off this list at number 5, the feeling of getting your very first pet. Dog, cat, hamster, snake, turtle, fish, any pet that was your first pet. The feeling of it is it's so cool. Whether you're at a pet store doing it, or in my case, a family friend brought over 2 dogs to our house. I don't really know why. But she only left with one of them, and that's how I got my very first dog. Just overall, like I said, great feeling. Just the excitement that you have of getting a new pet, especially with a dog that you can just lay with all day. It's exciting to take them out for a walk, to feed them for the first time. Not fun bathing them, though. Not a lot can beat the feeling of getting your very first pet. Coming in at number 4, we got the Red Box. I would have Blockbuster on here, like a movie or video store like that, but those things were practically gone when I was growing up. So we had the Red Box. I don't even know if they're around anymore. I think they all discontinued within the last few years, matter of fact. I also really haven't even seen one in maybe before COVID. I'm sure COVID probably killed this like it did for a lot of things, but Redbox was like my generation's Blockbuster. You would roll up to like a Walmart or a Fred Meyer or a Safeway or any store like that, and there'd sometimes be a Redbox either right by the entrance or inside by where you get your cart. One of those two, but it was just always so cool just seeing one in person. It was like this cool new thing that you just rent movies and sometimes video games out of. When they started adding video games to that stuff was peak. Absolute peak. I'm pretty sure as well, my family, we would always never return movies and games on time because we just had fun watching the movies and playing the games. Hell, I'm sure if I go back home, I can search for a Redbox movie disc that we never returned. Coming in at number 3, this is kind of the reason I wanted to make this video because it reminded me of when I did it in my childhood. It's sneaking candy and other things into a movie theater. Me and my brother on Sunday went to watch Scream 7. It was an alright movie, but that's not the point. But right before that, we just went to the dollar store, and I just grabbed like snacks and shit. I mean, I had a Hawaiian Punch that I just finished from the movie. But it was just always fun not having to pay the very high concession prices for a box of candy. Like $4 for a box of candy. Are you high? I can get 3 boxes for like that same price at the dollar store nowadays, before or after taxes and fees and all that shit. But just knowing like you're doing something you're not supposed to do, like that's supposed to be frowned upon, but really everyone does it nowadays. Like even the workers don't care anymore. They used to sort of care, but nowadays they're like, they have a bag and then they probably have candy, whatever. I'm not gonna do anything. It's just like it will never get old. The older I get and the more I do it, it's always gonna be funny. Number 2 and number 1 are sort of similar because number 1 wouldn't happen without number 2, so that's why I kept them for last. So, coming in at number 2, we got just plain old basic cable TV. Maybe I'm an unk or whatever the kids call it nowadays. Maybe I'm just old and washed up and all that stuff, but if you ask me, I will and will always prefer cable over every streaming service there is nowadays. I mean, there's a lot of good perks of having the streaming services, but cable is just not as expensive, or at least I don't think it is, and there's just too many streaming services. I mainly like this for specifically sports. When I used to watch sports before COVID killed cable pretty much, it was just either Fox or CBS for for NFL games. Nowadays, if you want to watch every NFL game in a season, you need ESPN Plus, Fox, NBC, Peacock, YouTube TV, Netflix, NFL Plus. Like you see where I'm coming from. Like don't get me wrong. I think streaming is nice, but cable just always did it better. It was just basic cable is always better. Waking up on Saturday mornings and flipping to Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon for the morning cartoons was just always so fun and cool, and that's why I like basic cable. And coming in at number 1, I saved it for last, like always on a list like this. It's when you were a little kid and you woke up expecting a snow day, but you didn't know there was a snow day from school until you went on to the TV and just sat there and looked until your school's name was possibly on that big-ass list of schools being canceled. Because back then, there wasn't websites that you could really look for. No, you had to do this shit the hard way. And it was like the NFL draft, sort of, in a way. Like the anticipation, the excitement building up, waiting to see if the right thing happens. And if the wrong thing happened, you're like, what the fuck? I mean, you probably didn't actually say that, but you're just like so disappointed. Your parents would be happy as hell to send you to school in the shit snow weather. Like, it was either that or you were just like, yes! And would either go sledding with your friends or play Xbox 360 or PlayStation all day or whatever else you wanted to do all day. Didn't have to worry about school or anything like that. But, man, I think I've experienced that 2 or 3 times maybe before. Schools will just call or I can just go on a website. But those 2 or 3 times, those were some moments for sure. Just waiting to see if your school was on the cancel list. And when it happened, fucking A, it was like winning the lottery. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!